Hello everyone and welcome back to Opening Night Trivia. This is Geek Challenge Cup and today we have a graduation party. That's right, we have a trifecta of previous GCC winners and one of them today is going to get in the main roster. Who will it be? So now I have won a GCC and to co-host with me, I was trying to get a person who also won a GCC. So with me, yes, it's him, the new Opening Night Trivia Geek Champion of the World, and my partner, Joe Farley. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this. I do enjoy co-hosting every now and again. It's nice to get a StreamYard link and not have to take half an hour beforehand, get yourself in the zone. It's nice to just, I've got all the answers in front of me. It's fantastic.
Nice. Well, so, Joe, you have won a GCC. You won your only GCC. So what could you say to these competitors that have already won a GCC to try and do it again against people who also know what they're doing?
If there's a category you're really confident in, bet 5. End it. Just end it. It could backfire, but you got to take risks sometimes.
Well, let's see how these people decide to strategize for this game. And we are going to start with the person that's the reason why we both are co-hosting, because he's the one who's usually in the chair. But today he's playing for a second time in his own format, his baby, Alex Martinez. Whoa, see, that's... Alex, how are you doing?
David, champ. Good. Just got home from work. Have a nice, lovely pink shirt. Thought I'd change up the color scheme. Really confuse the senses of my opponents. And yeah, it's try number 2. First one went fine, I guess. And just got to do it again.
Yep. Will Alex be the first person to graduate in the game he created? Well, now we have the former Opening Night Trivia singles champ and the one who won his GCC with a perfect game, Jake Melcher. Jay, how are you doing?
It kind of sucks to hear that former part of it, but at least I went down swinging, so I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, you did.
I feel good. I feel good coming in here. This is all just for fun. Even I know there's some stakes in here, to get into actual Opening Night Geek, but I'm just here. I'm honestly just here to have fun. I know I do not expect to do as well as I did last time, but we'll see if I still do good enough.
Well, let's see. Now, one of our most recent winners of a GCC, now that I think about it, he was the MVP of, I think it was World War Geek qualifier match. He is Devonte King. Devonte, second one. How are you doing?
Yep. Pretty good. Here we get some tough competition, and so trying to have a good game. Usually with me, I have a good game and then a really bad game. So hopefully this is not going to be a bad game after my last GCC win, but you never know.
All right. Well, not a lot of confidence in these players, a little mutual respect. They acknowledge the people that they are playing against. But guys, let's get into it. Round number 1, you guys know how this works. You have won one of these, but round number 1 is 10 questions. You will have 15 seconds, more or less, to write your best attempt of an answer, and we will ask you to reveal the answer and say it at the same time. A correct answer gives you 1 point. There is no bonus question if you have a perfect round. You have 3 repeats and a challenge to use all throughout the match. Now, Joe, why don't you start us off, since you are the champ and the guest?
Thank you very much. Okay, your first question, if you guys are ready, comes in the category of Wizarding World. And your question: in what Wizarding World movie does Helena Bonham Carter debut as Bellatrix Lestrange?
This is one of the best castings for the entire Harry Potter saga.
Yeah. She's great. She is great. The casting on these movies is pretty strong all the way through, to be honest.
It's true. It's true. I'm trying to think of one that didn't click with me. But I cannot think of one on the top of my head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alex.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Ponte.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
And Jake.
My second favorite movie in the franchise, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. But guys, your second question is in the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In The Avengers, before the battle in the forest between Thor and Tony starts, Thor tells Tony he has no idea what he's dealing with. What is Tony's response?
See, if you'd have asked the first question, I would have done the joke where I went,
Right.
but you made me ask first, so now I can't do it.
Like, The Avengers, I get back to it and it still holds up. Even after the whole thing we have with the MCU, I still enjoyed this movie very much.
Yeah, the seeds are sown. You see them sowing the seeds even there. It's fantastic.
1. Pens are down. Alex.
Shakespeare in the Park.
The Ponte.
No, I just put neither do I.
And Jake.
Well, my perfect streak here is over. I said thanks, Point Break.
Shakespeare in the Park is correct.
Your next question comes in the category of Marvel, moving away from the MCU and just into big old Marvel. But it's one of the good ones. In Spider-Man 2, where does Dr. Octavius say he and his wife... Sorry, where does Dr. Octavius' wife say they met each other?
We are looking for like a
It's
general,
broad.
kind of broad, yeah.
A broad answer. You know, I know this. I love this movie, but the first one stands out for me more than others.
And that's why we are partners, because Willem Dafoe alone makes this movie the best of them.
I do want to see Nick Cage play Norman Osborn at some point, but that's a personal thing.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Okay, in Marvel, in Spider-Man 2, where does Dr. Octavius' wife say they met each other?
That's Jake's first repeat. So, Nick Cage of Norman Osborn. That's...
Look, he does Manic very well.
Okay.
If I could just jump in here. Nick Cage pretending that he's Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I think that's what the people want.
Yeah, okay.
It's a spider.
Pins down. Alex.
I said college.
Jake.
I think they met at the library.
And Devonta.
I said college too.
College is correct.
I'm debating whether to challenge that because it's like you weren't like saying like because I maybe went a little. Did I go a little too specific on this?
Well, yeah. I mean, they
like
don't.
The library. Like if I had said the library at college, would that have been an acceptable answer?
No, because they never mention a library at all in the movie. We can. You can challenge and we can check.
Nah, I just watched the movie like a week ago, but it's fine. No.
Okay.
Just bet 5. Bet 5 later. Fine.
Probably will.
And your next question comes in the category of quotes. What Star Trek character said the following line? I know this ship like the back of my hand, just before getting knocked out by hitting his head with a part of the ship.
I love this question. I think it's word for word what I have in my study guide.
It's like, look, This scene, my sister and I were watching it together, and we watched it like 4 times in a row and laughed every single one of them. We kept going back to watch the scene. So funny. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alex.
Scotty.
Jake.
Yep, Scotty.
And Devonte.
Nope, I put Bones.
Ari is correct. Honestly, it's the best scene of the entire Final Frontier movie.
Yeah. Your next question comes from one of my favorite categories, Middle Earth. Your question in Middle Earth: in which Middle Earth movie do we see a failed attempt to retake the city of Osgiliath?
You know that Osgiliath used to be the capital of Gondor?
Before Minas Tirith.
Yep.
I did not know that because it's not mentioned in the movies, and that's pretty much where my focus goes these days.
I remember it from the books. Even though I have read them like years ago. I
read the books pretty much after the trilogy completed in the cinemas. That's how.
Well, I watched the movie. I read the books after I watched the.
It's longer than 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I don't know where we're at, so we'll start with
Alex.
Return of the King.
Devonte.
Yep, Return of the King.
And Jake.
I said Two Towers.
Return of the King is correct. So in the Two Towers, the orcs attack the city, but they are not trying to retake it.
Oh,
we do in the extended version. We do see a successful retaking of the Osgiliath. This question asks for a failed attempt.
okay.
Yep.
I misheard the question then.
Oh, it's my question. Sorry.
Yeah.
In the category of the MCU, what MCU movie is the first one to not feature Tony Stark? Well, this one is hard because he is pretty much everywhere.
You see, that's where RDJ had the smarts. It's like, no. I don't want my contract to say paid for every appearance as Iron Man. I want it for every appearance as Tony Stark.
Yep. But usually when he's Iron Man, he's not even there.
Well,
So
that's very true.
he probably has like voiceover. 5, 4, while the other people 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Alex.
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Devonte.
Thor.
And Jake.
Yeah, I also said Thor.
Yeah.
4 is correct.
There goes Alex's perfect round, and David didn't even have time to jinx it. How rude!
Because this is there is no bonus question.
Had to go
So
eventually.
Your next category comes in another one of my favorites, and one I think more people should choose as strengths because it's a great category, and that is Star Trek. In which Star Trek movie does a character named Lily find herself on the Enterprise during a hostile takeover of the ship? I love Star Trek. I really do.
I like some of those movies, but I was like very new. Before I think I watched all the Star Trek movies after I started competing. I have watched a few seasons of some shows, but I was never too much into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Alex.
First Contact.
Oh, fuck, it's that. Oh,
Jake.
Oh, I was thinking of a different person. I was thinking of a different character. Star Trek Beyond.
And Devonte.
Yeah, I don't have it.
First Contact is correct.
This I always say Star Trek's a category that can make or break some people.
Yeah.
Fucking Alfre Woodard. God.
It's the one. It's the one that I think more people miss, apart from Mixed Bag.
Well,
I'm usually pretty good at it. I'm just off today.
All right.
Jake, do you drink? Try getting drunk. It's helping me. Do you drink? Jake, we can
I
cut.
got some Jameson right over there. Maybe I should.
Next question comes in the category of Middle Earth. In the desolation of Smaug, Bard fills the barrels with what to hide the dwarves and smuggle them into Lake Town?
Finally. Okay.
So this person, I think he kind of steals the show in the movies he's in. The Middle Earth movies he's in.
Hmm.
I think he's my favorite character of the Hobbit movies.
I'm British, so I have an affinity for Stephen Fry.
Makes
He's
sense.
a national treasure.
5, 4, 3. A lot of Nicolas Cage references today. 2, 1. Pens down. Alex.
Fish.
Jake.
Fish.
And Devonte.
Fish.
Fish is correct.
Your next question comes in the category of the DCEU, and in a movie I watched today for study purposes. In Wonder Woman 1984, who is the first person to renounce their wish?
This is the first
Yes.
question in this movie we ask.
Yep, it's gone live in pretty much all the divisions. So I watched it over the last couple of days, taking strenuous notes on it and everything. And I think this movie's harshly judged. I do enjoy it. It may be because it's got Pedro Pascal in it, but still.
Honestly, yo, I watched it once and I really don't want to watch it again. 5, 4.
It's fine. It's like fine.
It was too long. 1. Pens down. Alex.
I will hear no movie about being too long when we have a 4-hour cut of the Justice League. I'm sorry. Thank you, Diana.
Jake.
Yeah, Diana / Wonder Woman.
And Devonte.
Diana Princess Wonder Woman.
Diana is correct.
Too long.
It feels too long. Honestly, when we were watching it, my sister and I was like, how long? Oh, shit, it's only still 40 minutes to go. Okay. Your last question of the round is in the category of Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, how does Harry call Voldemort before they both jump down a tower in their final battle?
How does he call him?
Yep.
That's what you're asking? Okay.
What does he call him, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grammar.
What
Okay.
I think is what he means.
I'm
What?
going to repeat the question.
Okay.
In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, what does Harry call Voldemort before they both jump down a tower in their final battle? You need grammar. This is how where Spanish and English kind of like.
In your defense, it is the same word. You can translate like the. I think you're in your head. You're using como.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
5,
Rivers
4,
Cuomo, my favorite producer of the
1. Pens down. Alex.
Tom.
Jake.
Calls him Tom.
And Devonte. Tom is correct. So at the end of round number 1, we have Alex with the lead with 9 points, Devonte second with 7, and Jake right behind with 6. Now, gentlemen, we are going to round number 2. This is the betting round. You will have 15 questions. We'll give you a category and you will bet between 0 and 5 points. You will need to have the points in order to bet them. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. There are 3 ways to win a Geek Challenge Cup. The goal of the game is to get to 21 as fast as you can. That is the domination win. If you have 0, if both your opponents have 0 points at the end of an answering round and you still have points, you will earn the knockout win. If we go all the 15 questions, the person with more points will be the winner. If two people pass 21 on the same question, the person with most points will be awarded the win. And if it's still a tie, we will go to sudden death with all the questions coming from the category of mixed bag. I think I said everything, Alex?
Just because I'm curious, because I wrote the mixed bag questions, do you have your own set of mixed bag questions?
Second round starting now.
I have some in my study guide, so if you recognize the question, be honest about it, and I'll field them.
Thank you.
But they're on shuffle, so they could be notoriously difficult. But this is the round where you find out how kind the wheel has been to you. And your first category, which you can bet points on, is the MCU.
I really hope this is not a tie, Joe. I really do.
Well, you and I are on the stream, so there's a good chance it could go to sudden death.
Fair.
But
okay, bets.
seriously, do you have your own questions?
No.
I wrote all the questions. Okay, great.
Bets now. Alex.
2 points.
2 points. Oh, by the way, keep your bets on a corner of your board for scoring purposes. Devonte.
I'll go 3.
And Jake.
I also went 3.
Okay, bets are in, and your question. In Captain America the Winter Soldier, how does Natasha Romanoff deactivate the lethal device on her chest in Pierce's office?
We are looking for a broad answer. This is one of my favorite MCU movie. It's right at the top if it's not my favorite.
I think the Captain America trilogy is one of the strongest trilogies in the MCU, probably the strongest. I love the first Avenger, I love Winter Soldier, and I love Civil War, even though it's Avengers 2.5 and not really Captain America. But it's still, the primary focus is on him and Bucky.
I like the Winter Soldier more just for the hand-to-hand combats. 5, 4.
Can you repeat the question?
I can indeed, Devontae. In Captain America the Winter Soldier, how does Natasha Romanoff deactivate the lethal device on her chest in Pierce's office?
So that's Devontae's first repeat. Because of that movie, the moment Bucky got a knife in the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I went like, yes!
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
if John Walker thinks the Dor Milaje aren't super soldiers, he's just wrong.
Yeah, right?
They are.
100%.
He's
wrong.
Alex, for 2 points.
She shocks it?
What?
Shocks it.
Okay.
Shocks.
Jake?
I said she electrocutes herself.
And Devonte?
No, I'm wrong. I said she uses an explosive.
Shocks it, electrocutes herself, both acceptable answers because we were looking for electricity. We were looking literally for electricity. Some kind of electricity-based answer.
An electricity-based answer is what we were looking for.
So, with that, Jake takes the second, I don't know how to say it, the second
place behind me.
Your next category is Detective Comics. I said that to annoy Alex.
Underrated category. Underutilized category for me.
There is a lot of crap in there.
There is. But there's a lot of good in there.
True. I think there is more crap than good though. 5, 4, 3.
Depends how old you were when you watched Joel Schumacher's Batman movies.
That's not fair. I love Batman and Robin. It was the meme movie for GCCs for a long time. Do you guys know what the new one is? We don't know. So, bets, starting with Alex.
1 point.
Devonte.
Go 2.
And Jake.
Also 1.
Your question. In what DC movie can you find the binary shoot and the Burundi one?
No, what?
Do you need a repeat?
will it count against me? Because I think it's an accent problem.
Can we get
Okay.
Joe? Can you
Okay.
say the question? Because I agree.
In which DC movie can you find the binary chute and the Burundi wand?
Okay.
I'm
Did I say
going to go ahead and assume that it's not helped.
Probably not. Did I say it that differently?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Okay.
you did.
The first one I was having a little trouble.
To be fair, again, this is David's second language. If you want Spanish from me, all you're going to get is Donald Glover and Danny Pudi's 101 rap from the first episode of Community, which I do know word for word, which I'm quite happy with.
3, 2, 1. Jake.
Just because you say it comes up in every match, I just guessed Batman and Robin.
We said it was the meme. Devonte
Supergirl.
and Alex.
The classic Supergirl.
The new meme movie, yes. And honestly, I am more proud of Devonte because Alex probably just knew.
I did the deep cuts for this movie for you,
That
David.
is true,
Yes,
that is true.
I did know.
Alex.
This is why I pick movies that I know like the back of my hand for deep cuts. Your next category, and we're sticking with comic books, but we're moving into Marvel movies. In which Marvel?
Oh, you did it this time.
Yeah, I stopped myself.
Yeah, because you didn't reveal the movie.
It could be any of them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alex, bets.
2.
Devonte.
Go 4.
Whoa. And Jake.
Taking Joe's advice, go big or go home. 5.
Whoa.
I love it. I love it. And your question: in which Marvel movie will you find an explosive device disguised as a lighter and a poisonous knife inside a shoe? Now this, no, I won't say anything. Just
Wait, no.
Yeah, shit, no. We know it's not Get Smart, though. That's that shoe is a phone, not a knife.
maybe it's because I've been studying fandom lately, but my mind automatically jumps to From Russia with Love. So
Thank you.
I still haven't finished that movie.
It's really good. But repeat the question.
no, repeat for Jake and your question: in which Marvel movie can we find an explosive device disguised as a lighter and a poison knife inside a shoe?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Alex.
Went with kind of the obvious pick, Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Devonte.
Kingsman: The Secret Service. I was not sure I got the name right.
And Jake.
I went way different. I said Blade 2.
Kingsman: The Secret Service is the correct answer.
Figured those were gadgets they used to kill vampires, but whatever. Okay.
So Alex goes up to 15. Jake unfortunately goes down to 4 because he gets bet 5, and Devonte getting close with 12.
Hi, Devontae. He took the advice. Worked out for him, not so much for Jake, but Jake's got plenty of points. Still got some points left to bet with and get himself back in this nice and easily.
Next question, who comes in the category of Middle Earth. Now this is interesting.
So far, I think the wheel, you could say the wheel's been kind, just the core geek category so far coming up.
Yep.
No Oscars, no mixed bag, no quotes.
No movie release dates.
I wish.
Not the worst thing. Not the worst thing for geek, I don't think.
5 points all day on movie release dates. 5 points all day.
Movie release dates wrote me my last GCC. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alex bets.
3 points.
Devonte.
We'll go 4 again.
Okay. And Jake.
Lock it all in 4 points.
All in.
Yes, that's how you do it, Jake.
And the question. Who plays Dane Ironfoot in the Battle of the Five Armies?
Finally, okay.
Jake straight to the board on this. Even a finally coming out. That's what you want to see. When you
Furious.
bet high, that's what you want. Question that makes it off. Finally.
Furious.
But when after all my time in singles, the first time it took about 6 matches before I finally spun Bond. I was like, here we go.
Hoping for that.
5, 4,
Later today.
2, 1.
Why I got this?
Okay. Alex.
Billy Connolly.
Devonte.
Yep. Billy Conley.
Alex bet 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. And Jake.
Yeah, Billy Connolly.
Is correct. So, Devonte getting a little closer with 16 points. Both Alex and Devonte could hit 21 in this question.
And that question is going to come to you in the category of the Wizarding World.
What's the points?
You have 18 points, Jake has 8, and Devonte has 16. I can see Alex doing math in his head right now.
Well, yes, actually. I mean, as lovely as I'm sure Joe's mixed bag questions are, I'm not sure I want to hear them.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Alex bets.
4.
Reasonable. Devonte,
5.
also reasonable. And Jake.
Yeah, same 5.
Love it. This is what you want to see. So your question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, who takes the Hogwarts letter from Harry's hand the first time it arrives at Privet Drive?
You know, all the letters part in the book is so great.
They go to so many other places. They
Yeah.
travel all around to try and get away. It's fantastic. And I also appreciate that this document says Philosopher's Stone.
I wrote it, so 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Your question in Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, who takes the Hogwarts letter from Harry's hand the first time it arrived on Privet Drive?
I appreciate changing the thing, but that I don't think that helps.
Yeah.
Well, people do it
Americanizing
to me. I thought I'd return the favor. It felt dirty, just a
No.
little bit.
This is a tense moment.
Mm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. So the situation is like this. If both Alex and Devonte hit, Alex is the winner. If Alex misses and Devonte hits, Devonte is the winner. If they both miss, we continue the match. Jake.
Dudley Dursley.
Devonte.
I erased my 5. But
I just put Dudley.
And Alex.
Dudley.
And your winner, Alex Martinez. Ooh,
Congratulations, Alex.
Oh.
so the final score of 22, 21, and 13. That was intense, Joe. To
That
the
was a
last
great match.
question. And I think we only went 16 questions in the entire match. So these people bet high and not a lot of misses.
No, very few misses there.
Wow.
Unfortunately for Jake, one of those rare misses. It came when he bet the most amount of points he could bet.
Yeah.
He doesn't bet that. He's up there because that's 23 for him.
Well, this was a special match, and we actually went pretty short, so we can actually interview the three of them. So we will start with Jake, last place finisher. Jake, I think this match you could say that first 5 kind of brought you down, and you couldn't recover from that because your opponents just kept betting and betting. But still, you did a pretty good job. I think 6 points in round 1. The questions were a little bit harder this time because, well, it's a graduation match. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I definitely noticed the difficulty. The questions ramped up significantly. I'm still kicking myself for that Star Trek question with Lily, because Star Trek is usually a strength of mine, and I just whiffed on that one hardcore. And then, yeah, Marvel, basically I was taking a chance that it was going to be, because I recently studied X-Men and Spider-Man movies, so I was hoping I was taking a shot that it was going to be in one of those. As soon as I heard the question, I knew it wasn't, so I was like, okay, I'm kind of scrambling here. Because I didn't study the other ones quite as deeply. But no, overall, I'm just sort of getting more used to betting because I'm new to this sort of geek/fandom realm. So being more confident with my betting and feeling like, oh, you have to bet big if you have to, just go for it. So I think that was something I wanted to try going into today, and didn't work out, but I knew I was up against 2 absolute beasts. So I don't feel too bad. I hope I can do better next time. But no shame in losing to these guys whatsoever.
Of course not. You want to come back?
Yeah. Speaking of next time, obviously, I imagine that you're going to try and get your singles belt back. But in terms of geek, I mean, are you going to continue to study and try and come back and keep playing?
I think down the road. I think I'm in the fandom tournament over in multiplex, so I'll go as far as I can with that. But then I might have to step back for at least a little bit, just to because of duties elsewhere. But I do enjoy coming into this realm. I feel like I'm not a pretender, that I can actually kind of hang. I hope so. We'll see, but I'll be back here at some point.
Cool.
I have a good feeling about that.
You talk about geek the way I talk about singles.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same, actually. Yeah, I feel like I'm decent at it, but singles.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, congratulations, and we hope to see you back very soon.
Thank you.
Now we'll talk with the second place finisher, Devonte. That was so
margins. Fine margins.
It happens. It seems. It was a good game, so I'm happy about that.
You did really. You got. Hey man, you got to 21. Most games, that's a win. So and you did really good today.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled a little bit in the first round, especially on categories I feel like are strengths, and so I was just kind of going through that. And then the second round, I was just kind of glad I came back and fought, because usually when my matches anyway, once I start doing something bad, I just go downhill straight. So for me to kind of come back, and especially against Jake and Alex, to come back and play good is kind of a good thing for me. So, but
yeah, nothing to hang your head about.
yeah.
You played, I don't know how many questions you missed, but not much. I think you ended with 7 points in round 1, and in the second round you missed 1 or 2. So
yeah, I think I missed the first one, the second round, maybe another one too. But
yeah, that's a great game, and I think you are going to graduate very, very soon to the main roster.
I got to agree with David here. I remember when I first saw you coming into the world of this community in the movie trivia face-off days, and I remember I tried to recruit you for the League of Shadows, back when that was a thing. So, and yeah, like David said, scoring 21 points in a match normally wins you the match. Absolutely nothing to hang your head about here.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a good match. So I'm just happy it was a good match. So.
Well, it was indeed a good match. So thank you for joining us, Devonte. You're gonna get it next time.
Yeah.
And now
We're done. That's good. That was good. That was fun. We're
done. And now we are going to talk with the winner, the first person to graduate in the format he created, Alex. I mean, you clearly know how to play this game.
Well, it's the benefit of making it up is that you get to kind of know how it plays out a lot of the time. This was fun. I don't get the chance to play that often, actually. I kind of stay on the other side of things, testing and all that. What I missed? Like one question, two? Wasn't much.
You missed one question in the first round, and I don't remember you missing.
I'll say this: I'm no Jake Meltzer. I'm no Jake Meltzer, but it does feel good to play to win. Obviously, I was very nervous, but this is the way I wanted it to be. I didn't want my barrier to entry to be, and no offense, I love you. I didn't want my barrier to entry to be Adelaide. I wanted my barrier to entry to be the MTFO free-for-all qualifier MVP. I wanted my barrier to entry to be the former singles champion. That's who I wanted to play. And going forward, if this is how I'm going to do it, yeah, this is if I'm going to play in Geek, which apparently I am, yeah, I want the toughest challenges. And there's not that many of them. There's not that many people that I can avoid at this point. 16-person roster, I think, now at this point.
With you,
yes. Yeah, not including the champion.
So to play the champion, you have to beat most of them.
So
what, Joe? I'll see you soon.
I was going to say, is there anything you're looking forward to doing in this tournament? Anyone you're looking to play? Anywhere you're looking to? Anything you'd like to say to any potential competitors? Anything? Yeah.
Actually, yes. David, hurry up and qualify. Devontae, hurry up and qualify. Jake, hurry up and qualify. Eli, hurry up and qualify. Everybody that's just constantly putting your names in, win a match. Seriously, the more players we get, the sooner I get to stop doing this and I get to focus full time on, being better. And this is just what I've been doing in my off time, casually being better. And as soon as I get to end GCC, I get to be competitively better than all of you. See you soon, Joseph.
Just out of curiosity, do you feel that being a writer and writing questions is aiding you in elevating your competing ability?
I'll tell you what does make me feel better as a player. Having all this game tape on everybody. Every single week, I watch, 2-3 matches. I get 3 or 4 of y'all in here, and I get to see just how comfortable everybody is in all of the categories, every single one. So if you don't feel good about Oscars, guess who knows? If you don't like Star Trek, guess who knows? And if you're not that good at Star Wars, guess who knows? See you soon.
So, Alex, you know our roster, and you know the records of the people because you work here. Is there anyone you would like to play at your debut?
You know what? For once, no.
Okay.
I did my job. David, you are the matchmaker. Do something for once.
Well, Alex, congratulations, and we'll see you soon in the main roster. Joe, strong words from Alex.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching this tournament. I've said before, it's nice. It's going to be nice sitting on the sidelines. I've got other tournaments to play in. It's nice to be able to focus on them and not have to worry about these tournaments. But it wasn't about a title today or playing for a title. It was about qualifying. And Alex did that, and he did that superbly. Fantastic showing from him. And Devontae and Jake as well, showing that, they're no slouches. They know their stuff. It was a fantastic match, and it was great to be part of it.
And we know how the last person who qualified from GCC did in their debut. Well, I know you don't because you haven't seen it yet, but the match will air before this one. So Brittany Tapley, the last person to qualify from GCCs, beat Dominic Ricci, TKO'd Dominic Ricci in her debut.
Do you know what? I saw her GCC match. She looks like a fierce, fantastic competitor and someone who's definitely capable of making a hell of a tournament run. And
she reminded me of you. She missed one question. So will Alex do the same?
Just have to wait and see.
Well, this was our graduation match. Alex is now in the main roster. Look out, you holder of the belt. Look out, everyone in the roster. This has been Until Geek. This has been GCC, and we'll see you next. Wait, for Joe, for Devonte, for Jake, we have no one in the back today. And for our winner, Alex, this has been GCC, and we'll see you next time.